Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a collective for today. Today is Wednesday, February 4th, 2026. You may follow me in the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Everything that you would need to know is in the link tree. Link tree is in the description box. I also put the email in there separately. If you ever want to reach out to me and chat, you can. As of right now, I am not offering any readings, paid readings. I'm not offering any coaching sessions or anything like that. All of my certifications are currently just for my own knowledge and benefit. Although I do feel like I share some knowledge in the readings, whatever the case. And just an FYI, I am moving some of my social media around. My plan is to get rid of probably my Instagram, my TikTok, and eventually Facebook. I took all the Linktree links off of those accounts. The only place you can find the Linktree link is on my YouTube page, and then whenever I fill the description box. So, just so you guys know, please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. He loves that for you. I love that for you. Whatever does not, leave it on the table for someone else. We don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. No, we don't. We got Ancestral Magic Oracle by Nancy Hendrickson, illustrated by Stacy Williams from La Penetère. Stacy Williams and I believe her husband, or maybe just her, own La Penetère, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. We got one on the table. Ooh. 3 on the table. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. Hold on. They all fell on the floor. I'm going to take them in the upright, but there's a lot of them here. And I can't really tell what order they were in, so they might technically not be in order. We got 5. So we got 8 on the table. We're going to do 2 more shuffles. I don't often think readings are about me, but I feel like this one's about me. I'm tooting my own horn today. Last shuffle. 9 on the table. Oh, okay. 10. Hold on. 11 with bottom of the deck. Look at this. Looky here, people. Okay. We've got Visionary. We've got Crystal. We've got Fairy. We've got Traditionalist. We've got Creator. We've got Medium. Beauty. Hereditary. We've got Mother. We've got Healer. And bottom of the deck, we've got Elemental. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. You could so you don't have to be a feminine. You could be a masculine, but I feel like the mother energy is the mother energy. It's some type of feminine energy. Now, that's not to say that a man couldn't mother someone, right? So take how it resonates for you. I'm going to refer to it as mother because that's what came out. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Somebody is taking after a mother energy. And if we're referring to mother, okay? Like a feminine. It doesn't even necessarily have to be mother. It could be your grandmother, your great grandmother, your aunt, maybe an older female cousin, if we're refer, you know what I mean? Like it's a mother energy. It's not necessarily like the actual mother, though it could be. And I feel like, to me, it's two people mirroring each other, one here in the now and one in the past. Because when I look at this, I see a bunch of different things for this, but like I look at this as you now, and I look at this as them in the past. Not to say that you don't hold this energy, right? But it's like somebody takes after like an ancestor or a dearly departed loved one. Both of these people are very traditional in nature. So, like, you might have deep seated morals, values, family traditions, beliefs, okay? With the hereditary, you you two could be very much look alike with the beauty card, okay? You could both just very much have the same type of energy. I feel like the two people are psychic, have some type of intuition. You guys know how I feel about that. Everybody has the potential to tap into that. Every single person on this planet. Whoever these two people are that are mirroring each other, they could have a vision for humanity, for the world. But I also feel like this is really just about them having a vision of their own life, like where they've been, where they currently are, and where they want to be. They could both be into energy work, crystal work. They might like rocks, as I heard. Rocks. I like to say rocks all the time. And it's with the fairy card, it's a very light energy. A very bright, light energy, whoever these two are. And if somebody was to look at them from the outside, like if like family, friends, lovers were to look at either one of these feminine energies, right? They would call them a healer. And I think again that has to do with the energy work, with the crystals, the elemental, the mediumship. Someone could have been in the medical profession, could have been a nurse, a doctor, an assistant, something. I don't know that. Take how it resonates. If you know that this person from the past is in your energy, I'm seeing like one of those like an old fashioned morning dress. Not mourning like in the morning, afternoon, evening. Mourning as in grieving. Like back in the old days when family members used to die, spouses, children, things like that, parents, whatever the case. Typically, women would go into mourning at like a mourning period. I want to say like depending on the person and the family, I want to say like anywhere from like 3 months to a year. I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that. But women would typically go into a period of mourning and they would wear all black. And I think it was just So as a woman, the first time you would experience like a period of mourning, like let's say I'm a young woman and let's say I'm like 15 and let's say my father passes. I'm expected to wear black for a certain amount of time because I'm a woman, I'm a certain age, that was my father. So I might not have had a mourning dress because while I was 0 to 15 years old, nobody in the family passed away, right? But now that somebody's passed away, I have to go to the modiste, and have a dress made. And then when that dress is made, like that's the black dress that I wear. Typically, I'm assuming it depends on like how wealthy the family was, because you probably would have more than one black dress, so you could rotate them. But if you were on the poorer side, you would probably just have one, and you would wear it and clean it and wear it and clean it and wear it and clean it, and eventually it would be gray. I'm assuming at some point. But yeah, I'm picturing like a Victorian kind of dress, like long skirt, long, not necessarily long train, but long skirt, long sleeves, like a lace kind of at the top. Kind of remind you of like a nun habit, sort of, kind of like, but not, but more of like a dress, I guess. Actually, somebody might have felt funny in that dress. Like somebody might have felt like they were a nun in that dress. Not that they necessarily held resentment for having to wear the dress, just that like they would put it on and then they would look at it and be like, "Oh, like how does this make me look?" kind of thing. But they wore it anyway. That's just what you did back then. And it's funny too because the mother card and the hereditary card, like there's small children in there, there's babies in there. Whoever this was, they whoever this was from the past, they were very good with children. It's not to say that you could not be, right? It's just to say like I'm just picking up on whoever the person from the past was. Very good with children. And with the medium card, I'm getting a little bit of like darkness. Not like crazy like maniacal darkness, but like somebody might have been I just heard prophetess. Somebody might have been a prophet, or maybe you're a prophet, maybe both of you. Um Somebody might have dibbled and dabbled in the dark arts. Not to the point where like, like that's all they did or anything like that, but somebody might have had a curiosity, a questioning, and they might have kind of like just kind of like, dibbled and dabbled. I don't know how to say it. Not like, not like taking it too far, just like an interest, like somebody showing an interest in the dark arts. And I just want to there's a Ouija board on here too. Um, let me say something about the Ouija board, okay? If you've ever watched anything having to do with Ouija boards, if you've ever like watched like real people talk about Ouija experiences on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case, I would just highly recommend if you plan on experimenting with those types of things, when you are done with your board, please make sure you close that out. And you can look that up online to figure out how to do that. And you can actually probably improvise and come up with your own ways to close out the board, as long as the intention is there to close that portal. Because you can technically leave space open for something to come through that you might not want to come through. I'm just gonna say that. Just gonna say that. Pardon me. If you are a medium to where you contact the dead too, like if you dibble and dabble with that, you might use a Ouija board, or you might want to decide to use a Ouija board. Again, I would just make sure when you're done using it, you close it out, close your session out. One last thing before I let this go. This elemental card, um, both energies, okay, might be very fiery, very passionate, like slightly confrontational, like slightly. They could also have fire in their chart. You could have fire in your chart. Fire energy would be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, we're going to leave it there. I hope it resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope everybody has a wonderful Wednesday. And I will talk to you later.